Now, time for our final story. Where's our money? Stacy, bankers have stolen billions of dollars of taxpayer money. The Oracle wants to know, are we going to have to get it back the hard way?
Max, if you look at this first headline from the London Daily News, give us back our money, you bleeping bleeps.
Wow. You bleeping bleeps?
It's an old traditional English phrase.
What's the proper way to say that in a media-sensitive manner? Do you pop and J?
Yeah, you cowed and a charlatan. That's basically, if you see a British banker, just call him a charlatan and tip your hat at him.
They're angry with Sir Fred the Shred Goodwin, who's the head of Royal Bank of was the head of Royal Bank of Scotland, and is now receiving a £700,000 per year lifetime pension. How do you feel about paying that?
Well, I think it's a bargain, frankly, because he was in a position of great power, Sir Fred Goodwin, and had he wanted to, he could have made the situation much worse. So, in fact, he has saved the government and the public quite a lot of money.
Max Wolff, so how are bankers viewed in America now?
Well, I'd say that the average Wall Street banker enjoys about the same social prestige as the herpes virus, and it seems to be getting worse from there. So I think they're probably about as popular in this part of the world as they are everywhere else. I'm sure you can find pockets of folks that don't feel that way, but they're probably few and far between. It might also be worthy of note, though, that part of what happens in these moments is everybody decides there's a single cause of these economic cataclysms and heaps derision and hatred and all kinds of anger at the banks, but the banks are really part of a system. The system left the public high and dry and out of money, and therefore borrowing it and hoping that some combination of debt and speculation would bail them out from what their employers have not and will not pay them. And if they only blame the banks, and they only hate the banks, and they only restructure the banks, they're going to have all the same social problems without being ripped off by the banks and without having debt as an outlet. And that, quite frankly, will only be one little piece of solving a much bigger puzzle.
So, Andy Zaltzman, where's this all leading? Is it all just heading into one enormous cluster bomb?
It doesn't sound good, does it? I guess maybe there'll be sort of increased element of regulation. As Adam Smith said, you know, the market's kind of controlled by an invisible hand, but if your hand is invisible, you will take some unsolicited gropes of parts of the body that you shouldn't grope. And this invisible hand is now apparently also flipping a massive invisible middle finger at the tax-paying public.
It's time now for the Oracle to predict, will bankers get away with larceny? The Oracle's only prediction is taxpayers threaten to move overseas to escape onerous banker burden. That's right. Taxpayers move to a new country, start a new country. America did it in 1776. Who will do in 2009? I'm betting on the Swedish Pirate Party. Andy Zaltzman, what do you think?
I think maybe the moon, but just anti-banker nation on the moon.
Max Wolff, any comment on the prediction?
I think people may en masse, including former bankers, migrate to North Korea to take advantage of the fact that they have no internationally integrated banking system.
Thank you, Max Wolff. Thank you, Andy Zaltzman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. That's it for this week. Make sure to tune in next week for more news before it happens. And remember, there's always the future.